Welcome back, guys. And on today's podcast, I've got something really special to share with you. I know that it's been at least a couple of weeks since I've been here with you, but is for good reason. I've been in the last throes of getting my book ready for publishing, and it is Spiritual AI, The Authentic Intelligence, Awareness and Intuition, Your Inner Technology. The book is now live on Amazon. I am so grateful. And the other thing is that the book, it will also be available through Ingram Sparks. They are global distributors. So if you've got a bookstore, or if you know a bookstore owner, if you work in a library and you want the book there, you can actually order the book through them now as well. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to get this book out there. It has been a very, very, very interesting journey since the beginning of this year, when my intuition told me to pull everything, all the courses, everything that I've worked on. I was just about to actually launch Sacred Healing, a program with 4 other experts. And I think it was maybe 2 days before we were launching, when we were going live, when my intuition said, Leonie, pull it. And I sat with it, and I knew that nudge. I knew that there was going to be something that was going to come from that. And I pulled the course. I trusted and I followed my guidance. I followed my intuition, and I pulled the course and I closed the academy. I still got the courses available. Well, one of the other programs is still available there for the members who were there, but I pretty much pulled the course. And the next message that I got was to write. And I started writing. And if you haven't written a book, or you're wondering about writing a book, I can tell you now that it is a very spiritual journey. Obviously depends on what you're writing, but it will challenge you. It will bring up beliefs, limiting beliefs that you hold within yourself. It will bring up opportunities for healing. It will bring up opportunities for healing. I cannot tell you, like, the stories in this book obviously has brought up stories, but it was also really interesting to see how far I've come. And as I'm sitting in front of you, I am so grateful for this journey that I've had. This journey has been a really long one. It's been windy, and it's been twisty, and it's been up and down, and it's been rocky, and it's been spiky, and it's been everything. But it's been a beautiful journey, and my journey is now in this book. This book is not just about the importance of us reconnecting with our inner technology, reconnecting with ourselves, especially in this world where AI, artificial intelligence, is taking over. It is time for us to come back to our spiritual AI, awareness and intuition. And in this book, I share with you why it is so important. In this book, I share with you tools and techniques and games and everything that's going to allow you to connect and reconnect with these 2 inner senses that we have, these 2 spiritual senses that we have. The 2 spirit senses that every single leader, every single coach who is in the industry would have had to develop over years, decades. And I've realized that by working with my clients, I realized that people don't have to take decades. People don't even have to take years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, to work through the stuff that is happening in their lives right now. I realized that by implementing awareness and intuition, spiritual AI, by implementing this into your life, first, the healing journey, the self-development journey becomes a very different journey. it is a lot easier. You can navigate your trauma, you can navigate your own healing, you can navigate your development with so much more ease and clarity when you have that space where you come from a space of awareness and you are guided by your intuition. And I mentioned something in this book, and I know that if you've been following, you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I've mentioned this before. But last year, while doing research on manifesting for one of my courses programs, I was putting some notes together. I realized that after looking at, I think it was 6 or 7 different leaders and their steps in manifesting, I realized that none of those leaders actually started with the foundations, awareness and intuition. And I realized that that was the reason why there is such a gap between what we give our clients, what we give our clients and how our clients receive the information. I also saw, I've seen that there's so many beautiful and gifted leaders out there and coaches out there, and their content is not received 100%. Their content is not received even 80%. Their content is perhaps only received maybe 40%, maybe 50% of people actually get the content, because there is a question that is left still in the minds of our clients, and it is, but how? We say, look at your trauma, but how do they recognize their trauma? We say, manifest, overcome your limiting beliefs. But how? How do we find our limiting beliefs? You cannot pinpoint your limiting beliefs if you don't have a state of awareness. Awareness is incredibly important. And then people ask, but what do I do next? How do I go about it? And intuition is that thing that tells our clients how to use the content that we give them. Intuition will say, yes, this is correct, this is for me, and this is not for me. Intuition will say, yes, this is the right coach for you, and it will say, no, this is not the right coach for you. Intuition will guide you, and we are forgetting to give our clients the guidance. We are forgetting to teach our clients how to be guided by the voice of their soul. And it is time for us to get back to that. Sorry, there's trucks outside there. I don't know if you guys will hear it, but it is our responsibility as leaders to help our clients tap into those senses first, create a strong foundation so that when we give them the tools and techniques, when we tell them to use breath work, they are going to be guided from a state of awareness and intuition. When we give them the nervous system regulation to do, they're going to know when to do it. And when they triggered, they're going to have the awareness. They're also going to have the intuition that's going to guide them in how to use it. The intuition is always also going to say, maybe nervous system regulation is not the right one for you right now. Maybe you need to meditate. So there's this big gap in the spiritual industry, in the self-development industry. And this is what this book, Spiritual A.I., this is what this book is here to help open up, to help get clarity for people, for clients, right? And it's not just for people not just for clients, right? It is for the coaches as well to give to their clients. It is for the mothers and the fathers out there who want to raise aware and spiritually connected children. Wow, tongue twister. It is for teachers out there who want to help their students stay connected to their inner guidance. It is for lovers. It is for partners, people who want to understand their partners better. It is for relationships. It is for businesses. It's for entrepreneurs. It is for every single soul on this planet. The content in this book is really important. It is the foundations. It's bringing us back to who we are. It is bringing us back to who we need to be in order for us to live a really fulfilled and beautiful life. And one of my journeys, so my journey, like I said earlier, when I pulled my course, my program, one of the things I realized for myself was that my journey looks very different from what another entrepreneur's journey looks like. Another healer, another spiritual coach, transformational coach, another person who has content out there, another author. My journey looks so much different. And I had to go inward. I had to bring a huge sense of awareness to myself and my journey for me to understand that it is okay to follow my intuition and do it my way. Yes, I know you can hear the song playing, right? I did it my way. It is time for us to do it my way, your way, and your soul is here to guide you. If we had more awareness and we stayed connected to that inner voice, we will be able to tap into our magic, our life purpose with so much more ease. It is just, I cannot put enough emphasis on the importance of this book. I've got a big mission. My mission right now, last year, it was to reach 1 million people. And shortly after I made that declaration, my soul said, no, Leonie, it needs to be a minimum of 5 million people because we need to change the industry. We need to get people to a place where they understand that it does not have to be hard. It is time for us to step into this power, into our own inner God-given power, that sense of awareness and the voice of our soul. So I'm going to invite you today to go and grab the book. Guys, go and grab the book, read it. And this is not just going to be a book to read. It is going to become a manual to live by. The beautiful thing about this book, and this is something that I'm actually pretty proud of, is chapter 14 is the Spiritual AI Toolkit. And what I've done, you know, when you read a book, you've got all these little things in between, and then you go back and you wonder which chapter you read it in. I've taken all of the exercises in this book and I've put it into a chapter for you so that you can just go to chapter 14 and all the exercises are there. It's all there for you, laid out. Very simple, very easy. I think this is a really unique thing about this book. But yes, go and grab a copy, read it, and don't put it down on the bookshelf. Don't let it get dusty. Read it again. I want to invite you to maybe read it once every 3 months, maybe once every 6 months. This book, the tools in here, as I was writing it, as I was going through it, and trust me, as I was reading it over and over and over again, because I needed to edit everything when I did the audiobook recordings. So I've essentially read this book a minimum of 10 times now, and every single time that I've read it, there has been something else that jumped out at me. I wrote this book, right? But some of the content in here, it was kind of channeled, came out of me in a way that wasn't perhaps my words exactly. It was put or framed in a way. And every time I read this book, every time I read it now, every time I listen to it, I realize that there's gold in there even for me. So I can't wait to get stuck into this copy and get my highlighter and my pencil out and just really dive into this and make this book my own manual to live by, because the information in here is really powerful. It will change your life. I almost want to put 100% guarantee on this. If you take this book and you live by what's in here and you start practicing this and you start implementing this into your life will change. Your life will change. I'm really excited. I am so excited. I am so grateful for every person who has knowingly or unknowingly been a part of this journey of this book. You know, I talk about my girls in this book, shared a couple of their stories in here about their sense of awareness and their intuition. And I also share stories of, my parents. And I know that they did the best back then. They did the best that they could with what they had. And even though I share the stories in the book, I'm very grateful that my parents both live very different lives than they lived back then. I'm grateful for all the learning experiences that I had to go through, all the things that I went through in my life, because they shaped me into the person that I am today. They shaped me into the author. They shaped me into the transformational coach. They shaped me into the spiritual teacher that I am. They shaped me into the healer I am. They shaped me and they've given me a beautiful gift that I can share with this world. So I'm really, really grateful for this journey. And I know that this book will reach more than just one person. But if it reaches one person and it changes one person's life, I'll be grateful. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Thank you for being part of my journey. Now go out and grab the book. And when you've read the book, tell a friend to go and grab the book. Because this ripple effect, you reading the book and then sharing it with a friend, you are becoming the wave. You are becoming the revolution that we need in this time. We need to come back to the beauty of who we are. There's so much information out there. We're bombarded with technology and information, and life feels overwhelming and hard. It doesn't have to. Life is beautiful, and we have the ability to kind of settle into that beauty by having a sense of awareness and by living guided by our intuition, by the voice of our souls. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for sharing the word, for sharing the message. Thank you for buying a copy, going and grabbing a copy right now. The link will be in the show notes. Go and grab a copy. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I look forward to sharing this with the world. If you are a podcast host, I would love to come and have a conversation with you. My main focus is going to be on getting the book out there into bookstores, into libraries. My main focus is going to be on the podcast and having conversations with people. I love having conversations. I love interviews. So that's where my focus is going to be. And if you would like to have one of those conversations, you can always reach out via my webpage. There is some media information there, how you can reach me. If you feel like this content can bring value to a community that you have, then I would love to come and say hi to your community. If you have a program or course and you want to bring this content into your program, I definitely recommend that you do that. If you are a content creator and you want to bring this into your course, then, and let me just say, this is not me putting into your program. This is me giving you like a, I want to say magic bullet. I don't know if that's the right terminology to use, but this is me giving you something that is going to amplify your content. I've created the AI code guide. That's on my website. that's got a lot more content that you can actually use to teach and implement into your programs and help your clients become more aware. And it will amplify, it will only amplify the content that you have. This is not me taking away and saying you're lacking. But what I am saying is that in general, we need to connect back to this. So however this resonates with you, if you want to have a conversation with me, if you want to go and buy the PDF on the AI code, if you want to just read the book, because even just reading the book will shift a lot of perspective, definitely for any coaches or leaders. And as an individual, this will open up so much for you. So all right, I'm going to leave the episode there. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. Thank you for going and grabbing a copy. It is available on Amazon right now. Like I said, if you are in a bookstore and you want it for your bookstore, it is available for global distribution as well. So sending you guys so much love. Until the next episode, take care of yourself. Live a very aware life guided by your intuition. Take care.